Well, we got the new wheels and tires in. I hope y'all don't laugh at it too much, but we're going to have 6 lug on the front and 5 lug on the back. I just got that mounted. I'm using 2 tire tools. I'll walk you out here and show you. Copious amounts of soapy water and a turkey pot. See my turkey pot down there? This one's giving me a little trouble trying to stretch it out, but it works. So just 2 tire spoons, some soapy water. I don't have a balancer, so I have to take them somewhere and get them balanced. So catch you up on the 5.3. I'll be getting the rest of the parts put on that over the next couple of days. There's our Corvette Rally Center caps, beauty rings. So the intake I ordered came with fuel injector bosses, and we're not going to use those. So check out right there, all 4 of those in the intake runners. Just carried them. I carried the intake this morning to J&J Home and Fab, and he welded those up for me. Got it back here, got some paint put on it. I would have liked to have left it aluminum, but as pitted as this casting is, it wouldn't do anything but hold dirt and grime. So we're going to go with the complete orange look. Motor, intake, and probably just put some black pulleys on it or something like that. So the only thing shiny will be the headers, and they're stainless, but more than likely we'll end up wrapping them. Not sure which set is going to fit yet. So I'm waiting on some help today. My buddy that bought this truck decided he doesn't want the 406 small block in it, and I don't know how good you can see, but it has a Monster 700R. So I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna steal that from him and put behind the LS in the 54 model. So we're gonna pull this motor and transmission out today, and probably go grab the hood or something and throw on it. That way he doesn't immediately know I done stole the motor and transmission out of it. All right, we'll keep you posted. Thank you, everyone. Well, 2 hours later, the 700R is out of the red truck. Transmission's missing. We have all 4 wheels and tires. Tires are mounted on the wheels. I wish I'd went with a little taller tire, but I think once we get the motor in there, that'll compress that spring a little bit and it'll look a little better. So we opted for the Corvette Rally wheel. I would have liked to have kept the dog dish hubcaps, went to 22s or something like that on the old Steelies, but we'll save that for the next build. So if you look on the back end, the tire is not centered in the fender well. So that goes back to the design of the original 54 model rear end. The perches are actually offset. So I like to do research. I like to find this stuff out. Sometimes the only way to find it out is the actual hard way. So I have the correct perches on order. I hope they come in pretty quick. The ones I have on there now are just temporary. There is a locator nub. Usually it's a bolt or something like that in the center of the leaf pack. It is there, so I could potentially pull some measurements later on and drill another hole in those perches to shift the rear axle back. Also, when I set the truck down, the way that the shackles are hung should also allow the rear end to rotate back some. So all of that has to be taken into account before we set pinion angle and drive shaft. So while I'm waiting on parts, we've got some more parts in for the 5.3. We're going to go ahead and get some sensors in, get the harmonic balancer back in. I ordered a brand new Gen 4 lifter valley gasket and lifter valley cover. Ignorance on my part. This is a Gen 3. Gen 4 parts will not work. So we're going back with the stock lifter cover and probably reuse the old gasket if I can get it to clean up. The intake is now painted and clear coated. Our holes have been welded up for the injectors since we're not running injectors. So we're gonna start wrenching on this motor, try to get it finished up, do a dry fit test run on our motor mounts, get those in place, and keep wrenching. We have our cross member motor mounts, kind of rough fit. Everything still needs to be cut to length and placed on the inside of the frame rails. These are the brackets that bolt to the frame. So we've got a lot of measurements to pull. We need to get everything centered up, lined up. I want to figure out how close I want the motor to sit to where the radiator goes. So we'll have to put the radiator in, get some test dimensions. But just to give you an update on the 5.3's progress.
We've done some things off camera.
There we go. So rocker arms have been put on, push rods adjusted. We have our flex plate with the bushing adapter for the 700R, ARP bolts holding that together. We have our steam vent crossovers installed. It's not exactly the way I wanted to do them, but it'll work. We have our Sniper EFI mocked up and our Holley breather cover, or air intake cover. So this is where we're at. I've got the balancer painted. It's drying right now. So now I can start pulling measurements. But just wanted to keep you posted on where we're at. So we'll be back to motor mounts next. All the expensive parts will go back in the box for right now. So keep following along.